What's up guys, this is William here coming at you from Westerlund.com. Topic of today is the top mistakes I made in the gym, and the purpose of course for this video is to that you will not do the same mistakes that I did, because I wasted time, energy, all that kind of stuff. So let's get right into it. Okay, number one, this was probably one of the biggest. I trained every muscle group less than one time a week. So put it more concretely to an example, I did like a 5 split or a 6 split. The typical would train one muscle group per day each week, so you pretty much only work them out once a day. And yeah, for natural bodybuilders that is definitely not the optimal way to do it. I would definitely suggest that you train it 2 or 3 times a day, like a 3 split or a 2 split. That's a lot more efficient in terms of getting gains as a natural athlete. So step 1, train your fucking muscle groups more than 1 time a day. Number 2, this is pretty closely linked to step number 1, or mistake number 1. And this was that I listened to all these not natural bodybuilders. So basically, everywhere you read in magazines, everywhere you read online, there are these juiced up bodybuilders giving you their, how they train, which exercises they do, what types of supplements they take, and all this kind of shit. And starting out, it's so easy to fall into believing all that kind of shit. A lot of the stuff they say are true if you are juiced up, because your body responds a lot differently, but most is just marketing scam, marketing shit. So you can save yourself a lot of time by not taking Jeff Side's latest training split schedule or whatever. Okay, moving on to number 3. As I started out, I really adhered, so to speak, to the clean eating philosophy, where all unhealthy food, sugar, everything was like the worst enemy in the world. And I remember how I went for these long streaks, like half a year, even more, without eating, a single unhealthy stuff. And basically that's just unhealthy for your mind. It's not good to do it at all, and it's also not like very efficient, and eventually you will run into a wall where you just binge eat and everything fucks either way. So that was the third big thing. Don't get stuck into the fucking clean eating stuff. As I talked on my blog on my website, I currently adhere more to a 80% good food and 20% unhealthy food, so to speak, although I try to minimize the sugar, of course, for more like health reasons. Moving on. Number 4. Pretty much I fucked up my metabolism a couple of times during the way, and the reason for that was I didn't really have any clue in terms of metabolic adaptation and reverse dieting, all the kind of stuff. I have videos that I will put in the description below where you can check that out. But basically I did like really bad cuts. For example, if I was at 3000 calorie maintenance, I dropped down to like 1500 and expected myself to lose like a lot of fat, but the only thing I accomplished was a failed diet and a messed up metabolism, so don't do that either. Number 5. So I said before that I adhered to the clean eating philosophy. What I did after that was that I moved 100% to the if it fits your macros philosophy. And that wasn't very good either, for like the same factors like mental unhealthy stuff. So for those of you who don't know what if it fits your macros is that you only count your macros and you just fuck everything else. So basically, if you have 200 carbs left to eat that day, you can eat it pure in sugar because it doesn't matter. But yeah, I didn't feel very good when I did it. I also think, because I read some stuff from, sure, I don't really think that a calorie is a calorie 100% anymore. So I definitely think that you need to find a balance between this. You shouldn't go 100% clean and 100% if it's your macros. Just use common sense and stay around like in the middle, and you'll gain the best of both worlds, basically. Number 6, for my first 2 years, I didn't really do all of the compound movements. I didn't do deadlifts, I didn't do squats, and I didn't value these exercises enough. And when I started out, I could see I just broke through like all the plateaus, and it's so important to do these compound movements. If you're not injured, you should really get on them right now. Even though they feel scary, just get into it. So for those of you who doesn't know the compound movements, you have the bench press, you have the squat, you have the deadlifts, that's the 3 fundamental, and then you have the shoulder press, you have the pull up. Maybe I forgot someone, but I think those. Get on them. So number 7 was that basically I had periods when I trained too much. For some period of time, I even thought it was better to train like twice a day. So I went in the morning and I trained bicep, and in the evening I trained tricep and all that kind of shit. And sure, it was like fun at the time, but I don't really think it did. It did a lot more harm than good, so to speak. And I also had periods where we were in the gym for like 2 hours and all that kind of stuff, and just tried to. We did, you know, countless movements, and the only stuff we gained from it was like injuries, basically. So that's also like a common fallacy that you should avoid to train too much, because you think it will go faster, but it actually won't. Okay, so there you have it, my 7 top mistakes I did when I started out, bodybuilding, fitness, whatever. I think these are also some of the more common, so try to avoid this and basically do the opposite. And you'll be all set on your fitness journey. So stay tuned, guys, like and subscribe if you like it. See you in the next video. Bye.